Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this series of lectures. In this lecture series, we are going to learn the basics of CATIA software. So let me begin with this example that you can see on the screen. We'll go through different kind of example to learn different kind of tools available in the CATIA software. You can see here, first thing what we have to see uh, in the drawing, any kind of drawing. If you want to draw any kind of drawing, the first thing you have to observe is how can you make it, what kind of tools you need to use it to make a given geometry. So here we can see it is symmetric about the vertical axis. That one thing we can observe here is it is symmetrical about the vertical axis. Second thing is it contains different line segment and the arcs. So either we can use circle command or arc command to develop present geometry, right? So let me begin. Just observe the dimensions here. We'll start with the basic level and we'll try to go up to the advanced level. So let me delete this one and start with the beginning. Here what we do is go to start mechanical design and we go to the sketcher. Sketcher is the part of the part design module. If you select the sketcher, we'll first enter into the part module, and then from the sketcher the orange symbol here shows the that command particular tool is activated. Once you select the sketcher tool, then you need to select the planes. So here there are three different kind of planes perpendicular to each other. So first we are going to select any plane. It's our wish, we can select any plane and we can start drawing on it. There are four basic tools available in the sketching module. These toolbars are sketch toolbars, profile toolbar, operation toolbar. This one is operation toolbar, and the fourth one is the constraint toolbar. With the sketch tools, these are the on off switches. This is the grid on off. This is the snap to the point. These are the construction element, geometric constraint and dimensional constraint. We'll go to these tools. We'll learn about these tools, geometric constraint, dimensional constraints. So let me begin first. If you want to have grid, you can switch on this grid, and these two options should always be on: dimensional constraint and the geometrical constraint. These options are here. These are comes under the profile toolbar. These are the predefined tools here. You can draw the continuous line, you can draw different kind of geometries. Here predefined geometries are available here. Rectangle, centered rectangle, hexagon, different kind of geometries are available. Then here we have the circles, different four kind of circles and three different kind of arcs. Then you have spline, the ellipse, the conic section. Here the triangular black triangles symbol here. If you click on it, you'll be able to see different commands available in the particular command. Then there is a line. In line we have five types of line actually, and then we have axis and the point. Then in operations, you can perform a different kind of operations on the existing 2D geometry. So you have corner, you have chamfer, you have trim command, and then you have mirror. In mirror you have different options: mirror and symmetry, translate, rotate. Different kind of options are available. And then you have project 3D element. So as we go along, we'll see all these tools applied to the particular sketch. Without practice, you can't know any kind of software. So as we go along, we try to apply all these tools available, and by that way we'll learn how to use the tools. So finally the constraint toolbar is used to apply the dimension, and it can also use to apply the geometrical constraint. So there are two types of constraint that we apply to the geometry. The first one is dimensional constraint. Dimensional constraint is nothing but the dimension itself. So dimension of the geometry, or the dimension relative to the horizontal and the vertical axis, while the geometrical constraints are nothing but the relation between two geometrical entities, either two geometrical entities or relation between the axis and the particular geometrical entity. So let me begin with the sketch that I have shown at the beginning of this video. So to draw that sketch, you can either draw the center lines or you can directly go without the center lines. So it is better to have center lines. or you can call it axis. Here it is axis. In the Pro software it is called as a center lines. The features are same, the name will be different. In the names might differ in the different softwares like Pro-E, CATIA or SolidWorks, Unigraphics, but however the method is same. The process is different, but the end effect is same. The end effect is same. So the tool name might be different in the different softwares. So let me begin. First what we will do is draw a circle here. To zoom in, press the control button, scroll button and move the mouse. Second thing is for the first diagram, what we do is first we define the dimension. Why we do this is because once we define the dimension for the first diagram, the all other next features will be in proportion with the given dimensions. So that is the basic idea behind the parametric modeling. Parametric modeling is nothing but the parameter based modeling. The parameters are the dimensions. Here with this tool you can define the dimension. So here the radius is 6750 point, and you can change it here. Either you can give it as a radius and or the diameter. Once you define this diameter, now next step is define this dimension. You can move the particular dimension just by selecting the dimension and zoom in again to see the sketch. The other thing is we have given these dimensions. These are called dimensional constraint, or you can simply call it dimensions. The second thing is here we can observe different symbols here. There is a zero here, the zero like symbol, and there is a one more symbol, this symbol. So every symbol has some meaning. See, this is showing as a concentricity. This one is coincidence. So here this circle is tangent on this line. So we'll select the circle, select the line, and select this command called constraint dialog box, and select here tangency. So once all the dimensions are defined, the software, the benefit of this software is once you define all the required dimension, the color changes. White color means that it is under constraint, not the sufficient dimensions are given, while the green color indicates the all the sufficient dimensions are given to make the degree of freedom to be 0. And if you give extra dimension, if it is not required, suppose this dimension is already given, if we give one more dimension that is not required, it results in the over constraining of the sketch. Over constraining, the color will be pink, the purple color, and the problem will be problem will arise when the sketch will be converted into the 3D. Now there is no problem, but when you convert this into 3D, the problem will come. So we'll see that problem in the next videos. Now for now we'll draw this given sketch. So there are two circles required. One more thing we need to remember is for certain tools, when you select the tool, it will only will be activated only once, or you can double click on the tool and you can use it continuously. So there is a this thing that you have to remember, and to go out of the command, you can just select on the tool, or you can press the escape button 2 times. Next thing is giving the dimensions. Here just you can drag it out. Whatever tools are required, you can drag it out. You can see the name, and when you move the mouse, you can see the name of the command, particular tool or the command. You can see the name. You can double click on the particular command. So I need the dimension. I have to select the constraint tool. Constraint tool is used to give the dimensions. So we'll select the particular entities. So I want the dimension between these two. Sorry, I need the dimension between this point and this line. Next dimension I require is this point and this line, and this point and this line. So once you define all the dimensions, just double click on the dimensions and give the required dimensions. So here it is 2.75. this dimension is 2.2 and this one here is 4.7. Still we need to define the radius of the circle. So for these circles the radius is 0.875. Again similar radius here, 0.875. See, once we define all the dimensions, automatically the color is changing. We can observe here the color is changing. That means these are fully constrained. Now next thing is we need to take a line command. So there are different ways to create one geometry. You can use the arc, you can use the lines, or you can use the any other command for that matter. Okay, it just depends on your comfort, which command you are comfortable with. You can use any kind of command. Okay, once you create your geometry, now next thing is apply the constraints. So these here, when we observe the initial geometry, the fully drawn geometry, there was a tangency here. So you select the constraint dialog box available in the constraint toolbar and select the tangency. The second thing is these two are, it is equal symbol indicates the tangency, while the zero like symbol is indicates the coincidence. So these two should be tangency again, and these two lines are perpendicular. So select these two lines with the control button, select one, press the control and select the second line, and you can define the constraint. So once all the constraints are given, next thing is we need to delete the unnecessary segment. So to delete the unnecessary segment, we have the operation toolbar. In the operation toolbar we have command called trim. So when you click on the trim command, there is a quick trim. There is an option called quick trim. Quick trim will remove the unnecessary segment whichever we select. With the quick trim, see again there is a problem here. We need to double click. Whenever you want to use something continuously, some command continuously, you need to double click on the particular command and you can use that particular command for multiple time. Once you are out of the once you no longer need the command, just press the escape button twice, or you can just click on the particular tool. And next thing is one more line we need, so you can use the profile tool. Profile tool can be used to draw a straight line or the arc, 3-point arc and the tangent arc. So once your geometry is complete, next thing is now this to be mirrored about the axis. So what we do is to make a mirror copy of this one, just we left click, drag it, drag the mouse and select the whole sketch. Once you select whole sketch, so next thing is in operation toolbar you have mirror command. When you move the cursor, you can see the command mirror command and select the center line. This is how you create the particular sketch. So thank you everyone. This is about this particular sketch, how to create it, how to use different tools required to create a particular sketch. The next session we are going to see different sketch and tools required to create the particular given sketch. Okay, thank you.